when people would visit from Germany, we would go to Frankenmuth. And I always thought that was funny. We're like, they literally came from Germany. Why are we going to Frankenmuth? My mom's family came from Finland, and they actually lived in Dollar Bay, Michigan before coming to Detroit. I don't know what year they came. So my mom's side is all Finnish. I wish I knew more about them. My grandparents were born in Pforzheim in Oettingen, Germany, and my dad was actually born there as well. And they immigrated to the US, to Detroit, in 1954. So I'm first generation American on my dad's side. They wanted to escape post-World War II Germany. They came here to Detroit for the opportunity. My grandfather worked in the tool and die industry. So he was an apprentice for someone. He actually worked on Trumbull, right by Wayne State. He came from an industrial family, and some of his friends were trying to get out of Germany, and they had a sponsor in New York. So he originally was in New York. He worked there for a while, and then I believe some of their really close family friends moved to Detroit, and they said, we'd be willing to sponsor you if you want to get your wife and your child. My dad was born in Germany, so they were just sitting in Germany without my grandfather for several years while he was trying to earn money for them to come here. They originally moved to Detroit in an apartment. I wish I knew where the apartment was in Detroit. They lived there for a couple of years, and then they bought a house in St. Clair Shores in, I want to say, the early 60s. I think what really drew them to Detroit is because since we have so many Germanic roots here in Detroit, there's lots of other families who spoke German. They had a lot of other friends who had also fled Germany, so they had a lot of shared common bond, and people, like they had a community right off the bat. And even having Frankenmuth nearby, it was kind of funny because all of my German family, I remember even as a child, we would all go there. When people would visit from Germany, we would go to Frankenmuth, and I always thought that was funny. We're like, they literally came from Germany. Why are we going to Frankenmuth? So, but whatever. I guess they wanted to feel at home here in Michigan. I think that it changed the trajectory of our family anyway, because my grandparents were the only ones out of their family to move from Germany. They just didn't have the opportunities in Germany after World War II. So they were able to make a whole new life. And there's a picture of my grandmother in the Detroit apartment. She was so proud to show off all that they were able to purchase, food. They were showing off their new furniture, and she looked so proud, and you can tell that they wouldn't have been able to provide that life for my father had they stayed in Germany.